Good evening. It's November 14th, and that's the supermoon back behind me. And my Bible study tonight is on the Israelites when God delivered them from Egypt. And it said that whenever God delivered them from Egypt and they went into the wilderness, that God provided every need that they had. And they started complaining about the food that God had provided. And so, as a result of that, God supplied manna for them. And He told them, just take what you need for the night. Don't take for the day. Don't take more than enough, but just take the provision that you need for your family for that day. And so every night God would have manna rain down from heaven, and some of them would just take the provision that they needed for that day, and then some of them would either be greedy or not trust God, and they would take more than enough. And when they began to take too much, what they took too much began to rot, and it began to not be, then they started to lack in need for their family. And so God, the people that obeyed God and was receiving what God asked them to began to increase. They had more than enough. And so then the ones that didn't, they began to complain again, and then they wanted meat, and so God sent quail to rain down from heaven, and then they had meat, they had manna. God made provision for them to have double the amount the day before the Sabbath so that they could even rest on the Sabbath. The Sabbath was created for them to have rest and to honor God on that day. And so anyway, the moral of the story is this is November. It's a month to be thankful for the provision from God. If you've asked God for something and God's listened to the cry of your heart and He's provided for you whatever it is that you asked, then let's be grateful for that answer and that provision. And let's not be like the Israelites that was complaining in the wilderness, but let us come to God with thanksgiving in our heart and thanks to Him for the provision that He's given us. God bless you. Have a good evening.